Hello, good evening students. In yesterday's class we have learnt transformer. As per VTU syllabus, it is in new model. Transformer. The name itself makes the use of high voltage AC transmission system all over the world. So it is already well known that the history of electricity started with DC supply, but the development of or introduction of transformer in high voltage AC transmission distribution of electricity becomes more popular. That means main object is transformer is a high efficient device which transfers a electrical power from one circuit to another circuit without change of frequency. Its efficiency is very high, 97 to 98%, sir. The transformer is a static electrical device which transfers AC electrical power from one circuit to another circuit with same frequency. Its working principle mainly depends upon mutual induction, that is Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. It is mainly used in electrical circuits to increase or decrease the voltage levels with reduction or increase in current levels. The transformers are used mainly in power generating stations to increase the voltage level. In generating station, one generator can generate 11 kV. So this 11 kV generated AC power can be increased to 220 kV for transmission lines, and these are also used where the voltage level can be increased and also voltage level can be decreased. For example, it is mainly used in distribution of electricity to the consumers, that is known as distribution transformer. Every house connections are taken from poles, then that is connected to distribution transformer. So its main function to reduce the voltage level 11 kV to 440 for three phase consumers or 230 volts for single phase users. Now we can see a typical power system. In all steps from generation to up to supply of consumer point, there is a number of transformers are coming. Now you can guess how much importance of the transformer in electrical circuits. So you can see there power system different components. First one, generating station. So it can generate the AC electrical power where energy resources are available. For example, in Almaty Dam powerhouse where hydroelectric power plant is constructed. So one alternator or AC generator can generate 11 kV. So this generated AC power can be increased, its voltage level can be increased for economic transmission. Hence it increases the voltage level of generated AC power from 11 kV to 220 kV. So this high voltage rating power is economic, hence only electrical power is transmitted through the transmission lines. It is transmitted up to substations. Substations are erected at the outskirts of the city. For example, in Bason Bagavadi we are having, Manuguli we are having. So what is the main function of substation? It collects the AC power of high voltage and it reduces the voltage level, that may be 220 to 33 kV. So main function. Then it uses step down transformer, it reduces the voltage level. Again from substation to distribution transformer, distribution station. So these are used in streets distribution transformers. It can receive L1 kV lines, then the output is converted to 440 volts or 230 volts. So again it is called step down transformers. Hence the transformers are mainly interacted or interposed with power system of AC circuits. Hence such a high efficiency device introduction makes high voltage AC system transmission and distribution system becomes more popular not only in India, throughout the world. Hence all over the world high voltage AC transmission and distribution systems are used. You see there, next part, basic working principle of transformer. So first you explain definition. Transformer is a static electrical device which works on mutual induction principle, that is depends on Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. What is the object? It mainly transfers the electrical power from one circuit to another circuit with same frequency. It can raise the voltage, it can reduce the voltage. Already we have seen it can raise the voltage in generating station, it can reduce the voltage in distribution systems, or it can raise the voltage in X-ray tubes, it can reduce the voltage in your mobile charging units. Different applications, number of applications are depends upon transformer, and use of electricity also depends upon availability of different ratings of transformers. So it mainly consists a magnetic core. It mainly consists a magnetic core which is laminated. It consists two windings. One is called primary winding, another one is called secondary winding. These two windings are electrically separated, but magnetically linked by a common magnetic flux. Which side you are giving the AC input voltage? Such a winding is known as primary winding. Voltage giving input side is known as primary voltage, and which side the load is connected to such a winding, it is referred as secondary winding. You refer the diagram. N1 is the number of turns of primary winding, N2 is the number of turns of secondary winding. The transformer is a static electrical device which works on mutual induction, Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Its main function is to transfer electrical power from one circuit to another circuit with same frequency. So Indian AC generation frequency is 50 Hz. We are generating AC voltage of 50 Hz and we are utilizing throughout the India of same frequency. Anywhere you can go, anywhere in the nation, the same frequency of AC distribution is available. It can raise the voltage and it can reduce the voltage as per the consumer applications. So in its simplest form, it consists a core structure. It is made by laminated, and two windings. Already we are knowing primary winding, secondary winding, and some insulation is required. Insulation between primary and secondary windings, and insulation also between core and primary winding. The magnetic core consists two limbs. Limb is vertical part of the core which consists windings. So both windings carries one winding, but electrically these windings are separated. There is no electrical connection. Both windings are electrically separated, very important point. But both windings are magnetically linked by a common magnetic flux as shown in figure. Primary winding has N1 number of turns, secondary winding has n2 number of turns. Which side you are applying the input voltage, that side of the winding is referred as primary winding. So which side output delivers, that side is called secondary winding. So come to the point, when you are applying AC voltage as input, which results a flow of primary current, that is also alternating current I1 is developed. This flow of alternating current develops alternating magnetic flux in the core. You see the diagram, this development of alternating flux links both the windings, N1 turns of primary winding and N2 turns of secondary winding. This alternating magnetic flux links a conductor, hence a changing flux links to the coil or conductor. As per the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, an EMF is induced. This induced EMF is referred as self-induced EMF. It is marked E1 as shown in diagram. At the same instant, this alternating magnetic flux also links with the secondary winding of N2 turns, which causes a mutual induced EMF E2 across the secondary winding, as per again Faraday's laws. If the secondary circuit is closed, then secondary current I2 will flows through the secondary circuit. Hence, in this manner, the electrical power is transferred from one circuit to another circuit by mutual induction principle. So E1 is known as self-induced EMF. You write down the expression, that should be equal to N1 into d phi by dt volts. In similar fashion, E2 is mutually induced EMF. It is also given by E2 equal to N2 secondary winding turns into d phi by dt. The rate of change of flux linkage exists in one coil, but change of current due to other coil. So mutually induced EMF is very important concept. Try to understand. Okay. Thank you to one and all.